How do you model this? Add a keyboard image. Then add a cube and scale it to the size of first key. Select the top face and scale it down. Delete the bottom face of the key and move it upwards. Add a subdivision modifier of 3. Select all edges except the bottom ones and bevel them. Add a loop cut in the middle, then select these middle edges and move them down. Move the key to the end of tab key and then use array modifier to duplicate until the start of /key. Press Shift+D to duplicate, then align the first key at the end of caps lock. Duplicate and align with Shift. Align with Escape also. Now duplicate a key. Align it with Control and Scale. Duplicate and align with other keys. Dissolve the middle edge loop of big keys and align them with Snap Tool. Then add a base to it by scaling and insetting cube. Now you tell me, have you asked Red Moon? How do you model this? Add a circle with 16 vertices and extrude it upwards. Press Shift+R to repeat the process 3 times. Select right middle face from side view and then do it on all views. Press S to scale down and then Shift+Z to cancel scaling in Z direction. Select these 4 edges and scale them down. Now select these 4 edges and move them downwards. Add a subdivision modifier by pressing Ctrl+2 and shade smooth. Select these 7 edges from all 4 sides and bevel them to create a sharp edge. Now select these 4 edges and bevel them too. Also scale them a little bit. Fill the top part and bevel it also. Now, you tell me, how do you model this chocolate? Add a plane and scale it in Y-axis. Extrude it and apply a subdivision modifier of level 3. Select everything and add an edge crease. Add 5 loop cuts on this side and then 3 on this side. Select top faces and add edge crease to them. Inset them individually and then move up those faces. Also add edge crease to them. Press Ctrl+ and then add edge crease again. Now you tell me, how do you model this? Add a plane and scale it in Y-axis. Apply the scale and go to Edit mode. Extrude the plane upwards and select the top face. Inset it. Add 5 edge loops here. Select these faces and press I twice to inset them individually. Extrude the faces down and press Shift+D to duplicate them. Extrude the duplicated faces. Select these edges from side randomly. Move them down. Add edge loop in the middle of every switch. Select the top middle edges and move them down too. Now you tell me, how do you model this? Add a torus and increase its minor radius to give it a similar shape to donut. Select these edge loops with Alt-click and press Ctrl+2 times. Deselect this edge loop and select this one. Press Shift+D to duplicate. Add a subdivision modifier of level 2. Then press P and choose Selection to make it a separate object. Add a Shrink Wrap modifier with torus as target object. Then add a Solidifier modifier to it. Shade everything smooth. Enable Face Snap and then make the drops by dragging vertices down. Add a cylinder to make sprinkles. Then add 3 edge loops to it and make 3 variations of it. Add a particle system to the donut cream and change it to hair. Checkmark the Use modifier stack under Source. Select these sprinkles and move them into separate collection. Change Render as under Render tab to Collection and choose the Sprinkle collection. Checkmark the Advanced option and then increase the Brownian under Forces of Physics tab. Now you tell me,